The company an AI agent broke into in July is exploring a $13 billion sale in August. Hugging Face went from crime scene to acquisition target in 6 weeks because the open model movement it hosts is now too valuable to stay independent. The most important story on Monday wasn't on your list, and it's a stunner given everything we've tracked. Hugging Face, the platform an autonomous AI agent broke into back in July, the incident that kicked off this entire summer saga, is now reportedly exploring a sale valued around $13 billion. $6 weeks ago it was the crime scene. Today it's an acquisition target. That arc tells you more about where AI value is settling than any model release. Here's why it matters and what it signals. Hugging Face is the GitHub of open models, the default hub where the open-weight movement, Kimi K3, GLM, QN, Llama, DeepSeek, and tens of thousands of others, is hosted, shared, and downloaded. That the platform is fielding B interest tells you the open model ecosystem is no longer a scrappy alternative to the closed labs. It's strategic infrastructure that the giants want to own. Think about who'd pay $13 billion for it. Whoever controls the distribution layer for open models controls a choke point in the fastest growing part of AI. It's the same logic as Stripe buying OpenRouter for $7 billion. The money is moving to the layers that route and distribute, not just the layers that build. And the irony writes itself. The incident that made agent security the phrase of the summer happened on the platform that's now worth $13 billion because of the open model traffic that makes it a security target in the first place. The vulnerability and the value are the same thing. This connects directly to the sharpest item on your actual list. Ben Lorica's The AI Data Center Backlash has a blind spot. His argument is the perfect companion because it's about looking at the wrong thing. The public fights the AI build-out on the visible front, the data centers, the Memphis and New York protests we've tracked, while the real dynamics water grid economics, who actually bears the cost, what's being measured and what isn't, sit in a blind spot nobody's watching. It's the Lorica move. Everyone's arguing about the obvious surface while the consequential stuff happens where no one's looking. Read it against the Hugging Face news, and a theme emerges for the whole day. The important shifts in AI keep happening in the places people aren't watching. The platform quietly up for sale, the cost quietly landing on communities, the value quietly migrating to the distribution layer. The headlines are always one layer off from where it matters. The Wire had 2 more items that reframe the money and power map, both worth logging. First, Nvidia is reportedly putting billions behind an open-weight AI push, and weighing another bet on Perplexity. Read that carefully because it's strategically fascinating. Nvidia funding open models is Nvidia funding the exact movement that's deflating the premium closed model business. Yesterday's Anthropic's flagship captures 11% of spend story. Why would it? Because Nvidia sells shovels, and open models mean more people digging, more teams self-hosting, fine-tuning and running inference on more GPUs. Nvidia doesn't care whether open or closed wins. It wins either way, and open arguably sells more chips. When the picks and shovels player bankrolls the open movement, that's the clearest possible signal about where the durable money is. Second, the pricing tell. Anthropic canceled a planned price increase, keeping Claude Sonnet 5 at its intro $2/$10 instead of raising to $3/$15. After yesterday's FT data showing customers fleeing to cheaper models, the safety-first leader blinking on a scheduled price hike confirms it. The race to the bottom on price is fully on, and even the market leader can't hold the line. Now the data engineering thread on your list, which is quietly the most used story of the day, and it's a callback that closes a loop. Starburst published Context Engineering for Amazon Athena. 6 weeks ago this run opened with "The semantic layer is having a moment," and the argument that context engineering was becoming the core data engineering job. Here it is now as a routine vendor how-to, applied to a specific engine, Athena. That's how you know a trend has fully arrived, when it stops being a thesis and becomes documentation. If you run Athena, it's a genuinely useful practical read, but the meta point is the one to notice. Context engineering went from buzzword to job title to standard operating procedure in about 6 weeks, exactly the arc this brief tracked in real time. The bet on the context layer is paying off. The rest of the builder's bench, quickly. Click houses, ensuring reliable OpenTelemetry ingestion at scale, is solid observability engineering, the unglamorous reliability work that determines whether your telemetry pipeline holds under load. Worth it if you run OTel. Versal Sandbox went globally available, the secure code execution for agents primitive we flagged during the containment saga, now got everywhere, which matters precisely because of everything that happened to Hugging Face. And Simon Willison shipped LLM Anthropic 0.27 plus a delightful deep cut. Your executable is a SQLite database. The kind of what? Technical curiosity that's pure joy for the database nerd audience. From The Wire, one more worth knowing. Google's 8-way protocol joined the Linux Foundation's Agentic AI Foundation. Now 250-plus members including Oz, Anthropic, Google, Microsoft, OpenAI, consolidating agent standards, which, after the multi-agent turf wars paper, is the governance layer trying to keep pace with the coordination problem. The through line, one sentence. On August 24, Hugging Face, the platform an AI agent breached in July, surfaced as a B acquisition target. Nvidia moved to fund the open model movement that's deflating premium AI, and Anthropic canceled a price hike it could no longer justify. 3 signals that the value in AI has decisively migrated from building the smartest model to owning the distribution and infrastructure underneath the open model boom. Exactly where, as Ben Lorica keeps warning, most people aren't looking. One thing to do today: take the day's meta lesson. The important shifts happen where you're not looking, and apply it to your own stack. You've spent this summer, rightly, watching model capabilities and security headlines. Now look at the layer you've been ignoring, your distribution and infrastructure dependencies. Which single platform hosts the models you rely on? What happens to you if it gets acquired, changes terms, or goes down? Hugging Face being up for sale is a concrete reminder that the infrastructure you treat as permanent and free is a business that can be bought, repriced, or restructured. Map your critical dependencies on the distribution layer, the hubs, the registries, the routers, not just the model layer. That's where the ownership is consolidating, and it's the blind spot Lorica would tell you to check.